So everyone, Jason Gilbo here with Nick Tasso breaking down some top stacks for tonight's slate. Got a fair amount of expensive pitching, and I think that's kind of led me to take a couple of price down offenses here.
Yeah, I can agree with you there. And we'll get into the picks a little bit later, but it's kind of a balanced day all throughout. So I kind of like some top price guys everywhere.
And you and I both on the Braves here is a top stack. I mean, anytime you can get Bronson Arroyo, I mean, it's going to feature a stack regardless of who it is. You look at him, he's already allowed 18 home runs this year, 10 to lefties, 8 to right-handers. In that ballpark, I mean, it just screams kind of an Atlanta big day.
Yeah, absolutely. You look at Bronson Arroyo and you touched on it. 10 home runs to lefties in only 21 innings or so. So it's basically a home run every 2 innings to a lefty. Braves do have a lot of lefties still in the lineup, even though Freeman's out. But I definitely like these guys here as well.
Yeah, I mean, hard contact over 35% against both sides. I like Brandon Phillips. I like Markakis, Kemp, and Sayarte. And then if Matt Adams is in the lineup, I mean, he'll be an excellent value first baseman.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. And I know in May, Bronson Arroyo's numbers did get a little bit better, but they were still pretty high. They couldn't get any worse from his April.
No, they definitely couldn't. There was only nowhere to go but up.
Yeah, yeah, 107
Uh,
ERA. I mean, if you drop down to 6, it's not a big hurrah.
no, definitely not. You're looking at the Rays. They move over to Seattle. Have a good run total, though.
Not the best ballpark, but they have a ton of lefties in there, and they've all kind of been seemingly to get hot right at the right time. You got Kiermaier, who's going off. You got Logan Morrison, and obviously Corey Dickerson, weak starting pitcher who struggles against lefties. So even though the ballpark might help them a little bit, I still think there's a lot of potential here.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you. I mean, Bergman's a guy somehow went out and stifled the Red Sox over whatever it was, 6 innings. But I don't think that happens here. Rays have been red hot. As you said, tonight, it's going to come in super low tonight, and I don't think it's a bad option for a contrarian GPP stack.
Yeah, and you look at his start against Washington, he gave up 10 earned runs in 4 innings, and that's a lot of lefties in that lineup. So I kind of feel like it's the same kind of team with the Rays. Obviously, they're not as potent, and it's not the same ballpark, but they definitely can do some damage.
Yep, no, definitely with you. And one guy I'll kind of add in, Steven Souza. I mean, this guy's been red hot of late. Price is climbing up there, obviously, but he's dialed in, and Bergman's a guy. I mean, he just struggles against both sides of the plate.
Yeah, absolutely. And even Longoria, too. I know we didn't touch on him, even though he's righty. We talked about it a week or so ago. Once he gets red hot, he kind of continues on for a little while. And I think that's what we're seeing now.
Yeah. Dodgers are a team that I'm looking at. Jimmy Nelson hasn't been as bad as against lefties as he has in the past, but still allowing a 38% hard contact rate, low ground ball rate as well. In his career, 344 woba to lefties, and obviously Dodgers bring a ton of them to the table. In that ballpark, too, I mean, extremely friendly for lefty power. Just guys like Grandal, Bellinger, even Adrian Gonzalez, Corey Seager. I mean, four lefties, I'll definitely kind of look to stack here.
Yeah, absolutely. Nelson has been a little bit worse against righties this year. Um, so I would also keep an eye on like Logan Forsythe, even though he hasn't looked too great since coming back.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. If he's leading off again, run total's not crazy high. It's around 4.5, but their bats are kind of priced down, especially on DK. I mean, Bellinger's your most expensive guy, really out of the stack in general.
Yeah, you can definitely make it work, but it's a really nice ballpark for the hitters too. So I'm surprised they're a little bit priced down.
You're looking at Boston, another run total over 5. This team's been extremely disappointing to stack this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not super thrilled about playing them, but the run total is there, and they're going up against a starter and pitcher who's been bouncing in and out from the bullpen this year. Last game against Houston was pretty terrible for Asher, so I think the Red Sox kind of put up a big number tonight, and Benintendi should be back in the lineup as well. I know he had a terrible May, but if you actually looked at his numbers, his BABIP was extremely low, while a higher walk percentage, lower strikeout percentage. So I think this is a month he kind of gets back on track, and I think it's a good situation in Camden Yards.
Yeah, no, I mean, great ballpark there. These guys all have a ton of power. I mean, who would you prefer out of Hanley or Moreland?
I probably would go Moreland, just the lefty righty matchup. But it's hard to deny Hanley Ramirez still is a good hitter. But I would just prefer Moreland.
Yeah, I'm with you. Final team for me, looking at Detroit at home. This team is facing Derek Holland for the third time this year. They haven't yet to get to him. And you look at
Third time's
Holland,
a charm.
two, what was that?
Third time's a charm, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm going for. I mean, you look at Holland, 2.37 ERA, but a 4.37 FIB. 257 BABIP is 40 points below his career norm, still allowing a ton of hard contact, 41% to righties. Regression's definitely coming for Holland here. Fly ball pitcher. I just look at guys like, Miguel Cabrera, JD Martinez, Justin Upton, if he's in the lineup. Even if he's not, I still like this stack. But Nick Castellanos, you'll get a cheap value outfielder in Andrew Romine, who's hit lefties better in his career. Um, and they're all appropriately priced. I mean, I think the Miguel Cabrera DraftKings price tag really stands out for me. 4,200. He's been really solid against lefties, obviously, in his career, and been a little bit unlucky this year as well.
Yeah, I agree with you. Even though this lineup doesn't always come through, they have the potential in a lot of spots to really do a lot of damage, especially against lefties. So I agree with you. This could be a big run total for Detroit. And even keep an eye on guys like Hicks if he gets the opportunity in a good spot. I don't mind him. He always kind of has the chance to rack up some cheap DFS points.
Yeah, and even with JD Martinez, I mean, we talked about, yeah, as you said, Hicks, Romine, Castellanos, there's enough value to make it work.
Absolutely, and just keep an eye on the order because I know right now you get a lot of value up front with the Tigers.
Yeah, Kinsler out, Upton day to day, so you're going to get some guys in there that really shouldn't be usually.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
that's going to wrap things up with us. You can head over to fantasycafe.com, check out our great tools and content.